So that other mobile suit that I was forgetting the name of it was called the Vargu, which is the purple, which is an all purple like type mobile suit from the same line. I didn't know if I was gonna get it. It is considered P Bandai, but with the now ever so present bluefin and P Bandai being sold here in the United States, being more, the accessibility of P Bandai kits is now getting better and better. Maybe down the road I'll get my hands on it. Of course, because of what we're going through right now, if you're pre-ordering it, please bear in mind that these the announcements of these kits that are P Bandai, you won't get it until either October, September, October, or November. One of those months. I actually pre-ordered the Master Grade Jinx ALOS type. It's actually one of my favorite versions of that mobile suit. I never bought the Master Grade Jinx. I think every now and then I do see it on sale, but I always wanted the ALOS, and now that I saw it was I'm not going to open this up. This is going to be put to the side. Now that I saw how affordable it is, I said, all right, I can wait for that. No big deal. And there are other mobile suits that are being announced. I guess by the time you guys are seeing this video, you guys are already aware that we're going to be getting a new announcement of a new Master Grade Verka, and that's cool to hear that. But many people are speculating, many mobile suits that's not even out yet. Like let's say Master Grade G Self. I can accept that, or maybe the Atlas Gundam. But my hope is, change it up for a second. We got many Verka Gundams, and only one Verka non-Gundam, which was the Sinanju and the Sazabi. Sorry, Sinanju and Sazabi. It's about time we get another villain mobile suit. So I'd like to see a non-Gundam Verka kit. Alright, with me taking all this out, let me put this all on a tray. Nice, alright. Okay, here are all the parts on my trays right now. Okay. Getting ready to prepare the cleaning. Here are all the blues. Here are all the reds with the clear parts. So there's the solid red and the clear red. Here are all the charcoal parts, gray parts. Here are all the white parts with, of course, is the white and there are two tones of whites here, so I mixed them all together because I'm going to see where, if I'm going to do something different with this. Then we have very little parts here for the yellow, and I didn't notice until now was you have two of these that are both the same. These are for the eyes. So either you can use this one that's already been pre-painted or pre-done, or you can paint yours through here so it could show up. I actually have this color, so I'm going to be using this. Or actually, may change it up. I'm thinking of maybe doing it red also, but I don't have metallic red anymore. I'm done. I used up all that metallic red on my Mazinger 1/60th scale, so I may have to end up buying another bottle if I want to do that, but don't think so right now. So we'll get to that another time. And then of course we have the clear parts, which has the unique blades that goes under the forearm of the arm, and then we have the beam saber effect for this, which I actually really like that, a half axe type thing. pretty nice. Reviewing all these parts, seeing how well the detail is, looks really nice. Good part separation. I have a feeling I'm going to be using up a lot of my masking tape for two-tone effects, especially for these as well. I was a bit surprised that this was here. I thought maybe it was going to be a shoulder part where this goes right over it or around it, but I didn't realize that this peg is going to be part of it, holding, you know, connecting directly to the chest. That was a bit odd to see something like that, but alright, fair enough. Can't complain. Another thing that I was a bit wasn't expecting was this, the clear parts. Clear parts are nice, and it's not that completely clear, only it's more like translucent. But when you apply it to something like this, use this one, like, where is it? Not that. I have these two. Oh, here it is. So when you go like this, you see the inside, which totally defeats the purpose. I understand that, you know, you could probably get away with it if you paint the inside of this maybe charcoal or black or maybe silver. That can give it a good effect. Or another effect would be to paint the inside of this silver, so that way it shows up through here and you don't see the peg holes. But that may not work as well. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. It's going to be covered up anyway, so it's no big deal for me with that. Yeah. And then all the charcoal parts are here. There's a lot of parts here. I'm surprised. A lot of little parts. So I'm going to take my time here to remove all the excess plastic, clean them up, sand them down, review them, and then I'm going to begin the assembly. So give me some time to work on that, and then we'll flush it out. All right. And here it is, the 1/44 scale high grade Moon Gundam is now complete. Sort of. I decided to build it first to show it off. It's all, you know, how neat it is. I spent a lot of time, of course, cleaning it up. So, there's a little thing there I gotta take care of. But I wanted to see how it looks overall in height and feel. And of course, admiring it in its detail and multi-layer design around the legs. That's the one thing that caught my attention, was how well detailed the legs are. And I was gonna do, you know, like the inner frame setup, because you could pretty much do that with this leg, but not the waist, unfortunately, because the waist, you have a part here that connects to the back part, which unfortunately, it cannot be separate, because then you'll have the thing will fall off. So you definitely need that. So you can't use that as an inner frame. You can't do inner frame on the chest. The arm has somewhat of an inner frame design, so that can work. Yes. No inner frame features on the shoulder, as I mentioned before. This is all one part. The shoulder design feature, I kind of like how this part can be popped out and easily to remove, so you don't see the seam lines. The seam lines is embedded into the panel lining of the features of this kit. So I'm kind of like going all over the place here, but you definitely have some ease of use for painting. The one thing that I think I thought I was gonna be having trouble with was the head. But now, after reviewing it a bit, I think I can do it without any issues whatsoever. I think painting this will be far easier than I realized, with no problems removing some certain parts, so I can gain access to it. Yeah, this is really nice. Good detail. The part separations is amazing. You almost wish that they make a a master grade of this. Even an RE100 would definitely catch many people's attention. I kind of like how this back part comes out. It has a weird tubing type thruster type thing, which maybe you can put a thruster there. That would be nice. I don't understand this because this one is actually, you could lift it a little bit because there's a hinge here, and even though there's a thruster there, I don't understand the purpose of lifting it up unless, of course, it's for, you know, vector thrusting. Same thing here, lifting this up as well. There's some detail here when you bend the leg, so if I bring this up and bring the leg up front, and of course you can break that so that way this part can fold down, this one stays up, but if you want to give it a detailed look of it, bending its knee, you can do that. Of course that comes out. There we go. So this one can go this and this. So you can see some detail work within the pipings and all that stuff. That's if you're willing to do some sort of scene or action pose. Right now I'm just going to keep it like that for now until I flush this out. The one thing I was a bit curious about was this part. There's no detail under that, and if I'm not mistaken, there is thrusters here, like what's on the Sazabi. Now, yes, this is not completely the Sazabi, but it derived from it. Maybe they omitted the thruster capabilities of it, so that way maybe it'd be more smaller. You know, as a matter of fact, I have something to show off. Give me a few moments. Alright, so here's, of course, my high-grade Sazabi that I built a long time ago. Could have pulled out the real grade, but then that will be too much. But this is what it's supposed to look like, of course, side by side, because they're both high grades. And as you can see, there are thrusters there. I don't know if I have thrusters that, or something that can simulate thrusters here. It would have to be small, maybe 2 thruster ports for this, but maybe I can scratch build something and put that in there. Maybe. Thinking about that. Thinking about scratch building it, maybe put some parts on it that would enhance it even further. I just don't know yet. Let's see here. I don't have to worry about putting nothing back here because that's some good detail there. And one would argue, oh, put some plating here, but then how many people are going to see under your skirt? Under your mobile suit skirt, that is. Yeah. I haven't even started the other parts yet, which I'll do that right now while we're waiting. So let's put this to the side. I just finished assembling the rifle. As you can see, look how big it is. And there are some other parts here, some parts that will enhance the wing thing. Put it to the side right now because I don't need that. But let me assemble the other hands. Well, actually, those are two. Those require the 2 white parts. You know what? Let's get this on the table. We'll get to these in a minute. Let's put these here. Let's finish this up. Get this camera. There we go. Now, let's get this instruction open again. These are psycho plates. Butterfly edge psycho plates. Because they're so cycly. This part here, and then we have this one there, this one that goes right. Oh, interestingly enough, so one hole is bigger than the other, so it'd be. Oh, you have to be careful. Just be aware. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, I sanded down a lot of these parts. These parts will be removed, of course. I'm just going to put a little bit on just so we can get them looking good. Because then I'll once I take that apart and I'm going to paint it, I'm going to wash them first. Give it a good wash. And then we'll begin, painting them up. See how it comes out. That goes this way. Oh. Is that right? Jesus. Oh, okay. Once. So I did that one like this, going that way. Oh, be careful, be careful, be careful. Yeah. You know what? Everything is all based on a specific type of orientation. So you gotta be careful with that. So that's that. That is that. No. No. Get over here. Alright, let me put this all together, so give me a few seconds. Alright, so they're all done. Now I get to look at the manual here. I believe you have to put them in a specific position. Sorry. Oh, you fuck. Do it again. 3, 2, 1. Alright, so here they are, all complete. And we will need these two. Go like that. That one goes, I believe, here. One goes there. And this one goes like that. That one goes like that. That one goes like that. And I think that's wrong. Yep. Yeah. I'll take care of that in a minute. Quick fix. Put it right there. There we go. So that completes the cycle plates, the butterfly edge cycle plates. And I guess I have to see how you gotta put this on. You need this plate. Hold on, I'm just reviewing the manual again. You take that off, you put that there, and you do that. Okay. So you take this off. Put that here. There's a little bit of flash there, but I'm not aware of it. And put that on like that. believe. Right? Its angle's a bit weird, but okay, fair enough. There you go. I do like how it bends and turns like that. I kind of like how it is, and it's off center. Let me put the beam rifle on this. Jesus. Okay. Get over here. And again, many people like to. I think I remember when this came out, a lot of people were buying buying 2 of these so they can put more of this. I'm surprised that Bandai hasn't released a standalone set where you can buy more of this and then you can do, you know, elaborate things on it. I'm not going to do something like that. There we go. So we're going to remove this. I'm going to put that there. That is very nice. Oh, come on, turn. There we go. There we go. Okay. Moon Gundam. Very nice. There's a lot of detail on this. That's the one thing that caught my eye with you know, pretty much everything. But this whole section here is really amazing. And now I'm just trying to figure out what to do. What am I going to paint it or the pattern, because I understand this will be the one color tone, which is the gray. But there's so many separate color patterns here that you can work on. Which I'm thinking of masking off and working on and putting, you know, doing some detail work on it. I like the tips of these, and I wonder if I can get away with some photo etch parts at the ends of these. Yeah, because I have the small ones that will definitely work. I'll have to see if I have enough. That's another thing. Yeah, so I'll have to look into that first if I have enough of those. And also speaking of photo etch parts, 2 can go in there where the backpack is, if you guys can see that. I believe I have some thruster parts that can go under this if I want to do that, right here. And I gotta see if I have something that will go under that for thrusters. Yeah, this is really neat. I like it. But now I'm going to enjoy this as it is for now. And then now I'm going to plan out what I have. I'm going to look at what I have in regards to photo etch parts. I already have my paint already assembled there, ready to go. Because clearly there are certain areas that I will definitely like to mask off and work on. I'm going to use the 315 for the white, everything. Then I'm going to use the 337, and I may lighten this grayish color tone for certain areas, mainly like maybe like this whole section here going around like that could be gray. That little design there could be gray. This section here where it splits, there's a seam line there, there's a panel line there, so this part can be gray, this can be white. Same thing back here. This is white, of course. The flap, well, hold on a second. So the bottom part here where the actual, this can be all white, this can be all white, white all the way around. And then going to the back area, that can be all the light color, but then where this whole thrust, well, I see a split here from going already all the way around that way, so this can be gray. That could be an idea right there. This whole panel on both thigh armor, I'll leave that alone. This part here, there's two parts here. There's this part and this part, so I can mask off the inside of the white and paint these gray. The light gray, that is. Let me just remove this for now. We'll get to you in a minute. Oh, there you go. So this whole section can be white. Gray, 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 white, gray, white, gray, white, white, and I think that little notch there, right there, gray. This is all white, of course. We have the dark gray here. This will be light gray there. This whole section will be white. That's dark gray. The front skirt, gray, gray there. That's pretty much obvious. But this front part, okay. So I may end up painting this whole section yellow. So painting this and this yellow with a little bit of black in the middle, simulating that of that, but that may be a little off because this is the only yellow there, but yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So that this is yellow, this is yellow. This thruster part here will be yellow. Yellow there as well, because it'll be gray, but then I have to mask this off, paint that yellow, and then you know, panel line the black in the middle. Alright, so and then as for the head, this crest will be gray, light gray, as well as the bee fin in the back, and then the cowl, the back part of the neck as well. Don't know if I can swing the mouth guard, because that's a very small detail there. Alright, so that covers that. Going to the blue, obviously it's going to be purple, lavender, or purple, you want to say. And then I'm going to do like the same thing with that one. Like that's going to be masked off. Well, see, that's a thing though. That will be all that, but then I have to mask off the edges there to paint the inside of these yellow. And I'm thinking of masking off this whole section here that wraps to this there. Paint this yellow, of course, but what color can I paint here? Maybe paint the blue? Give it a blue tone? A blue and purple? I'll have to see what I have, because right now going back down to the feet, there's a lot of part separation here. So I may paint it another color tone. I have to see what I have and figure that out. Not to mention that we have this section here that even though this whole thing will be purple, this part should not be the same as this. So I'm thinking of another color tone. So another color tone that will represent this for here around the shoulder armor. Maybe paint the new secondary color on this first around it, then get to the inside and paint it yellow. That's going to be on both ends, and then this part will be another color, the same color as the one that I just mentioned, but I haven't thought of it yet. So now I'm thinking out loud, thinking outside of the box. The red will be red, but you know that this tubing that goes from here to here and the back, I'm going to paint it the Titan's one color. The Titan one is going to be the dark, will be the gun, the joints, the backpack, the edges around here, all that stuff. That's going to be darkened. No metallics, even though I could probably do it. Who knows? Yeah, going to be a lot of masking here, and the part's going to be easy for me to work with. I just got to follow through. Oh, that's right. So this is actually a two-tone, right? Two separation parts. So I can actually paint this the lighter gray. Alright, so that covers that. Going to this. Now I mentioned before this will be the other color red. But you see these little parts there, the separations there? So you have this, and these things. I'm going to use the Titan blue one, the dark one, on these to separate the colors and to give it a good pattern. That will be on this side, and on this side it will be the same thing like I did with this. So all white, but I'm going to mask off everything except showing these thrusters here, the vents, and you see this part is weird. This is actually a weird part because that is all molded through that all the way around to that. So I'm going to be painting the inside of this little section here. So the circles will be exposed, so those will be painted separately as well. But the inside, like here, this whole section here, that, and that area will be painted a separate color too. Yeah. Nothing on the sides. I'll leave those alone. But of course, this will be removed from its thing. So that's the idea. That is the plan. What do you guys think of that? I will start working on it on my next video.